Yes. The ovules are inside the ovary, which is why I didn't specify it out.
So what's in the pollen tube? And what actually goes into the ovule or meets up with the ovule? Did you include the word ovule in your search?
Looks like a chicken bone that's been eaten.
Angiosperm. Gymnosperm is for like.
I have. Gymnosperm and angiosperm go together in my world, but those are different types of.
Gymnosperm is for pine-producing plant, and angiosperm is for flower-producing plant.
Yes, these are pines. These are flowers. And no, that's not what's inside there. Those are different kinds of plants. That's like saying Germans and Czechs and Frenchmen. Different types of humans. These are different types of plants.
What have we found?
Do we have a definition for fertilization? Just a generic science definition for fertilization?
Oops. Reproduction
I will
is the
not
act.
accept reproduction.
Fertilization is the result.
Yes. You're adding something to create higher outcome or trying to create something overall.
That's not bad. That's not specific, but that's not bad.
It's really generic, but it's
really,
right.
It's like you need to discuss it with your 5-year-old as to why mommy's belly's getting big. But that was pretty good, yeah.
Ooh, she ate a cannonball.
Yeah, that's it.
And there's a little
Remember those pumpkin seeds we had at Halloween?
Yes. Watermelon seeds. Don't ever swallow watermelon seeds.
Why not?
Because you will get pregnant.
They grow inside your belly.
I've swallowed watermelon seeds and I'm yet not pregnant.
Alright,
We're
go.
running out of time. We're down to 25 minutes.
That's a lot of time. Yes, but we've got other stuff to do.
There's like a 2-inch pine tree growing.
Oh. Alright, go. Specifically to plants. He's looking for a term for fertilization in plants.
I'm looking for a definition of the term. Fertilization.
In plants.
Period.
specifically.
In biology. If we can get it, period, I'll take it. And then we can apply it to biology afterwards.
If you get a period, you're not fertilized.
Because you all know this.
It had to be said, because he said,
I found it funny.
No, it didn't have to be
it
said.
did have to be said, yes. Plus, there's, a room full of men. It's always fun
Disagree.
to say the word period with men in the room. Period.
Checkbook on the floor.
Because men typically are very, very, yeah. They'll leave the room. If you ever want to clear a room of men,
Say you're on your period.
there you go.
No, that's when you're at
Go!
Guys, how can you not have this yet?
I'm almost there, okay?
Where an
I was
egg is
filling out
fertilized
my
by.
drawing.
Me? Yes.
Yeah.
All right, Isabel's got something.
This one is
What do you think?
plant fertilization is the union of male and female gametes, I think that's
No.
how you pronounce it.
No.
Gametes?
Long E's. Yep, gametes.
Gametes to produce a zygote or fertilized egg.
Hey, I had that word on YouTube yesterday.
Yes.
On Earth is gametes.
It's the when
Zygote. I don't know.
it's a result
Reproductive
of
cells.
meiosis.
I
Okay,
got
time out.
yours. Ha!
What's that?
That's the
Male.
female. Male.
Stick man. Without his leg.
Which one has the sticky outy thing?
Female.
An S for Sandy.
Definitely a male.
Why am I writing uphill? I don't know.
Because you're in a good mood.
Because I'm above the center. When I'm below the center, I write downhill.
When you're
Level, I write level.
All right, keep going.
It's weird. Gametes. Male and female reproductive cells. Fertilization. Union of gametes. Mammals. Fertilization. Union of what specific things?
Egg and sperm.
Sperm and egg. Plants is a union of what specific things?
What two things are being brought together to create something new?
Pollen and ovules.
Well, it's got to be this.
And pollen.
Is it?
Well, pollen is.
With mammals, it's sperm and egg. With plants, it's pollen and ovule, question mark.
Well,
It's the
pollen
stuff
is
inside
like
them.
the pollen is what's in the pollen.
What's inside the pollen?
Gamete.
Did you Bing that?
No, I Googled it.
I've told you that you get points on Bing that you can turn into an Amazon gift card, right?
I don't do Amazon stuff.
I have a question here.
Yeah, but I
You
don't
can
know
also
about
turn it
stuff
into
like
Applebee's
that.
and
Daniel.
Walmart
Pollen is a
and
fine coarse powder containing the microgametophiles of a seed plant.
microgametophiles.
Oh, I saw that word on this
Daniel.
one.
Daniel has a question.
So, even if it's not pollinated, like you can have pollination where the thing will develop, the seeds won't be fertile. Will if an apple, if it is not pollinated, will it still develop? Just won't have fertile seeds in it, or?
Dang.
Good question. I mate a horse and a donkey. I get a.
Mule monkey.
I made a mule and a mule, and I get a.
No, they don't
Horse.
make
Oh wait, no, you can't because it's sterile.
Mules are sterile
So we're on.
because we cross species, and that trans species being that mule. That what happens when you cross a horse and a zebra,
A zonk,
No.
or a zebra and a donkey? Yeah,
Yeah.
you get a zonkey. If you cross a horse and a donkey, you get a zorse. And none of them can ever have babies, male or female, because they're sterile. If you did the same thing with a plant, and the plant was sterile, would it still have seeds?
Yes, it's just
Not necessarily.
grow.
Now, if we know that a zonkey is sterile, and it's a male, does it still produce sperm?
No. Well,
Daniel, why will you sell the second female twin from cows?
Because she's never gonna have a calf because she's sterile because she is safety form calf or has a chance of being sterile.
Right.
They're not always sterile.
Does that mean that she doesn't have ovaries?
no.
It means she doesn't have.
Does that mean there's no eggs in the ovaries?
No, it means that those are not.
Does that mean the eggs that she produces are no good and they don't work right?
There's a higher chance of them not working.
We lost you
Then
on the
them
cows,
working.
didn't we? No. Okay. All right.
Okay, and it's the same with people. You know, there's couples that can't have babies, and they usually adopt.
My sister adopted.
Well, yeah, but that's different.
That's true.
That's in the wrong compartment because that's up in her
They
chest
think they can
cavity.
do it, but eventually they can't. But that's because of the chance.
Right, but we're
Right.
talking about true infertility here.
Right.
We're not talking about those random tried for 2 years and now I'm 40 and ready to retire.
So-
You could test this by grabbing an apple from the grocery store and digging a hole, right?
Oh, several apples.
Yes. You would want to get like 4 or 5 of each, and you would want to get all the different kinds of apples, and you would want to plant them all.
But also then you get into the size of the apple because sometimes the smaller apples don't produce and bigger apples do produce because they got more.
Time on the plant, they got more genetic material, yep, okay. So, let's go back here. We still haven't got an answer. What's inside the pollen tube? Did you Bing that?
Microgametophiles of seed plants which produce the male gamete.
Produce the male gamete. Is the male gamete called sperm?
Yeah.
Is there sperm?
cells.
Is there one sperm cell inside of each pollen?
No, multiple.
Is there multiples? I don't know. You tell me. I'm asking questions here.
Pollen.
Got all the answers right there. She's got every single answer sitting there right in front of her.
What is the deal? You are overachieving today. Keep it up.
This says Within a few minutes, pollen tubes begin growing or germinating towards the egg cell. These tubes will provide a path for the sperm carried in the pollen to reach the egg.
Great. And then what happens?
And then the pollen tubes penetrate the ovule, which contains the female gamete.
And then what happens?
What's the gamete called that's inside the ovule?
Keep going.
Sperm travels down the pollen tubes and fertilize an egg. Those sperms undergo double fertilization, where both an egg and the polar nuclei in the embryonic sac are fertilized.
Earlier, we said that in people, fertilization is sperm and egg uniting to become one thing. You have two cells that combine to make one cell. What's that one cell called? Somebody said when we were talking about this.
Embryo? The zygote?
That's a different thing. In humans, in mammals of all kinds, we said that this was sperm and egg create one cell called a zygote. And now in plants, fertilization is the union of gametes. Those gametes would be sperm and egg, and make zygote. The sperm came from
The anther.
the pollen, okay, which is formed on the anther. The sperm got from the stigma to the ovary via the
Pollen tube.
pollen tube. And inside of the ovary, we find ovules, which contain eggs.
Dun, dun, dun.
Easy or hard?
Daniel. Go, Daniel.
Yes,
Daniel.
it is.
Right.
But look where we started.
It all started with a very simple question. Where did my fruit come from? What part of the plant?
Have we even figured that out yet?
Yes.
It comes from the
The whole thing,
Oh, I like that answer really, really well. Say it again.
the whole flower.
Which is a really big, vague answer to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
In second grade, the answer is your fruit came from the flower. But we're not in second grade anymore.
No.
So we have to have all of this stuff. But we still haven't talked about reproduction. Somebody threw that word out, but we never actually figured out what the heck reproduction is.
In a plant.
Mr. Schneider, I have a question.
Ask
Is-
a question, Daniel.
So the pollen goes from the pollen tube down to the
Let's stop you there. The pollen creates.
The pollen doesn't go.
or the pollen descends and
Creates the
Yep.
pollen tube.
creates pollen tube. But then does it still create the pollen tube in corn, or does the pollen tube created by the male part there and then
I'm going to guess it does, but the style is different in every plant. In some plants,